Artificial intelligence is becoming more prevalent in our lives. We've seen it expand to all kinds of industries and workplaces. And right now in Santa Clara, some members of the city council are embracing programs like ChatGPT. But our Len Ramirez reports it's sparking concerns about the use of AI to make important decisions.
Well, here in the city of Santa Clara, which is home to some of the companies advancing the technology of artificial intelligence, some members of the city council are starting to use AI to make important decisions affecting the public. And it may be a case where practice is getting ahead of policy.
100% should check every reference.
Kevin Park is a tech-savvy two-term member of the Santa Clara City Council. He previously spent 30 years as a scientist and engineer in Silicon Valley, which included working for 3 companies involved in artificial intelligence. And he worries about a recent trend with some of his council colleagues who are using generative AI apps like ChatGPT to help them decide issues.
People need to realize that ChatGPT is not trying to answer your question. It's trying to give you a most likely response. And that's a very different thing.
Who did you look at? How do I know that?
At a recent public meeting, the Santa Clara City Council was grappling with the question of whether to approve a vendor contract for non-NFL events at Levi Stadium. Mayor Lisa Gilmore wanted to compare deals with other vendors in other cities, but no one had the information quickly enough at hand. So she went to her laptop to find her answer.
Yeah, okay, I've just come up with a bunch of companies that do it throughout the United States. I love ChatGPT.
Minutes later, Mayor Gilmore joined 2 council members to vote down the contract. She did not respond to our request for comment, but it may be one of the first on-the-record instances where AI was used in city council decision-making, a threshold that concerns Irina Raiku of Santa Clara University's Markkula Center for Applied Ethics.
In the context of intersections like this between an improving but imperfect technology and insufficient AI literacy and just understanding of the limitations of the technology, that it really can become a public danger.
ChatGPT is one of the most popular generative AI apps in the world. It's known as a chatbot. If you tell it you have a new dog, it can generate a conversation leading to care and training tips and ideas for naming it. People often use it to answer hard questions, condense large amounts of information, and generate new creative content, including pictures and written documents. Raiku says there's much more to it than a Google search, and it's not infallible.
More and more people are aware of the hallucinations, the fact that generative AI really generates content. It doesn't just find it. And so it can, it often generates very accurate responses, but sometimes they are not accurate at all, or they don't fit the factual aspect of the question.
What it's trained on has a great deal of impact on what it finally gives you.
Councilmember Park cautions against city leaders using it as a replacement for other kinds of research.
If we're asking to summarize or tell us things that we know nothing about, we have no basis for saying the information's wrong or right. Oftentimes, people say, AI gave me the wrong answer, or it did something that was very strange.
Many local agencies are still developing AI policies. Santa Clara has established an AI working group to develop best practices and should finalize its own policy later this year. It may no longer be a question of whether to use AI, but rather how to use it responsibly.